Welcome to another video about my finished autumn and Halloween pictures. I did previous video. I thought that I had filmed everything I finished so far, and then I searched through my videos and I realized that I actually forgot to show you some of the works which I absolutely love and which I considered one of my best for the Halloween and autumn theme. Maybe I have a bad memory, or maybe I color too much and for too long that I managed to forget about these works. So let's have another look at my fall pictures, and I realized that apart from autumn scenes and country charm, I also did fall picture here in Home Sweet Home, and I want to show you because it's very cozy and atmosphere behind the window. It's very similar to what we have now, rainy and gloomy weather, so nothing very pleasant to stay outside, but inside with all those warm drinks. Here I suppose that we have cocoa with marshmallow and with cinnamon, so inside it's quite pleasant. I remember that I enjoyed doing all those cookies. At the moment I wasn't sure in my color choice for the tablecloth, but now I think that it made nice color accent and good contrast to the cups, to the plate and to the baked goods. Maybe here most of all I'm proud how I managed to show rain outside, but it was quite fun to do first this landscape and then adding water on the glass surface of the window. So I definitely think that this page deserves to be shown. Next, in my previous video, here I already shown you my picture with pumpkins, but I have another landscape. This time I have this nuts, and I remember that nuts, that's what attracted me to this page. I spent some time on thinking which colors I can add for the leaves apart from the greens, and I think that in the end they look nice. I don't know why I didn't use any of the light green colors, at least to get rid of the black lines here around the hazelnut. Maybe I didn't have light green Tule art marker. Now I know that I have one marker which could be perfect color choice, but you know that I never change my already finished picture, so I won't be masking black lines. But if you have this page and if you want to do it, I don't think that we need to mask black lines on the leaves, but at least here around the hazelnut I would do it. I remember that then I did those mountains in red and orange colors. I suppose that they are covered somewhere far from us with forest with already yellow trees, but after that I made color choice mistake when I selected a very similar color on the roof. I remember that before this one I already did a page where I used blue-gray colors for the roof, and similar blue-gray would be perfect here also as color contrast, but I didn't want to repeat, so I tested new color combos and it was fun, but it simply didn't match the color palette of the page, so this building it's slightly lost among other similar colors. But apart from that, I really love this page and I think that at least plants they look quite nice. Next, of course, I have several works in Rhapsody. I don't know why I shown pictures from Menuet and why I totally forgot about fall pictures in Rhapsody. And I have here my owls with this traditional fall physalis lanterns. For me, they are definitely one of the symbols of the fall season. I absolutely love their bright colors, what we need during this dull and gloomy days. So when I see physalis on the picture, I always want to color it, and of course owls, they are adorable. And apart from this, I also have this not very successful page where I messed up the background color, but at least I had a lot of fun doing all those fall leaves. Next I have here my Halloween mandala, also a matching idea of this video about fall and Halloween pictures. And since that time, this color combo of violet, dark black grape together with orange and pink, it's definitely one of my favorites for the Halloween. So that was the first time when I tested it, and now I use it quite frequently. Next, of course, I have my Jasmine Beckett Griffith first book. In the previous video, I shown you pictures from Halloween book, but here I also have a couple which we can use as an inspiration for Halloween. So here I have my skeletons. As usual, I somewhere lost my bookmarks. Here I have this skeleton magic. Again, I did this page when I already saw so many finished pictures, so it was quite complicated to select which color I want to use for her head and dress to be at least a little bit unique. But then I decided that I can be unique with this mint green color. Probably you can see that I have the same mint green here on the cover on the book, then a little bit of yellow to show that book it's glowing with some magic, and then from her magical wand we have sparkles in golden and mint green color, and in such way she tried to revive those skeletons, maybe to create new friends. Anyway, that was my idea, to use this mint green to add additional color accent, and I think that it worked quite well. And another fall page which I totally forgot to show you in this book, it's Alena. I have also those pictures with crow, but they are not completely for the fall season, but this one definitely is. It's Alena in autumn, and here I also added small touch from myself. Those feathers on her dress and feathers on her mask, I hope that they match feathers on her also. They are buddy friends in such way, similar colors here on the tufts on their heads, and I think that it was interesting idea to use similar colors for the feathers of the owl and for her wings. Here again it was interesting to do those pumpkins. Still, I didn't mask black lines. I wasn't concerned with those black lines that time. Now I prefer to cover bigger amount of black lines, but still I love this page and I think that everything worked quite well. You know that usually I do very colorful pictures, but at least here I managed to stay in all those brown, orange, olive green colors, more muted color palette, and I love it. Also I love that they have similar orange eyes. And finally, a couple of forgotten pictures I have in a romantic country. Here I have, I need to color this one. Oh no, that's second tail. I wanted first to show you the first tail where I have the scarecrow. Just need to find it here. Well, that was a page for experiments. You know that I struggle with this paper. I always complained that I can't find perfect medium, which I can use here. So after I managed so to use my Prismacolor pencils, I decided that maybe it's time to experiment with Neocolor crayons, which I used here for the background, and on top of this crayons, which provided me with matte cover, I sprinkled huge amount of metal and pearl watercolors. I hope you can see that the whole background is crazy shining. On top of this magenta, I sprinkled orange, pearl pink, pearl blue, so everything is nice and beautiful, and it helped me to mask some of the ugly stains which crayons created on this paper. For the image, I used blend of polychromasis and Prismacolor pencils. I can say that it was a disaster to color with polychromasis still, but they didn't provide better result comparing to Prismacolors, and for dark colors to provide nice and smooth cover I had to use blender also to get rid of the white spots. So I realized that if I can't find perfect medium, then I can continue to work with Prismacolors in. So I simply accepted for myself that paper it's challenging, but Prismacolors you can use them. Here I didn't know how to save this Happy Halloween Boo text on the page, because with Neocolors it was risky to cover it, and I wanted to save the word, this sentence. So I decided to add moon. Moon looks a little bit strange. I was inspired by moons in Jasmine Beckett Griffith's book with all those craters, but at least it helped me to save the title Happy Halloween Boo. So I remember that it was interesting, but now I'm not sure that I want to continue my experiments with Neocolors in these books. It's better to stay with Prismacolors. And finally, spread. Huge spread of which I am extremely proud of. I believe that it's my work of the last year. When I selected this spread with which houses, which shops, and for me it was perfect illustration for Harry Potter Diagon Alley, and that's how I colored it, because we have brooms, we have cauldrons, we have magical potions, owls. For me it's totally illustration for Harry Potter. I remember that I colored it through the whole month, building after building, but I think that in the end everything worked perfectly. It was slightly challenging to color near the binding, but this book, well, it's possible to lay it flat, to open it almost completely, so I don't think that I lost anything very important inside of this binding. And the final look of this page, maybe now I would add more stars. Sky looks a little bit boring, but everything else, all those individual shops, they are interesting to look at, and as I said, it wasn't boring to color all of them, because you color one shop, you have another completed element, and then you totally switch to another color palette. You do the next building, you can use any crazy colors you want to, you can look at all those tiny adorable details. So that's definitely a spread which I am very proud of, and when I realized that I forgot to demonstrate it, I realized that I need to film second part of this video. So I hope that you also enjoyed this short second part, and that you will be inspired by some of my works. Thank you, and let's hope that this year I will be able to do something else interesting for the theme of autumn and Halloween.